Hello, welcome back to this channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about something I heard and I never believed it until I started it myself. What I realized is at times you underrate certain things, or you think you have no idea of what you want in life, or you may be thinking that the amount you have in your hand is too small to start anything. I was equally thinking the same way until I began to shift my thinking in a different direction. Okay, I was having an amount of money that I underrated of not being able to do what I was thinking of doing, but I was proved wrong upon starting it. And in this video, I'll be showing you exactly what I mean by do not underrate small monies or small ideas. They end up being big ones. I'm not saying mine is perfect, but what I can reliably say is it is working for me, and I hope where you are, you might also be having a similar idea, and then it may also work over there for you. Okay, in this channel I've been talking about pigs, and then pig farming all the time, and it looks as if my videos are all about pigs. Yes, it's a pig farming channel, and I wanted to just show the world what pig farming could do if you should give it your maximum attention. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you something that's dreaming and then starting with small ideas expanded into different branches, and I can say that hopefully I'll be growing very, very fast, and it's by the grace of God and the idea and then the embracing small ideas. Okay, starting small, the power of starting small actually worked for me, and I think it will also work for you. I'm not going to make this video lengthy, but I'm going to talk shortly about how I'm doing it here. First of all, I had this amount to me, 1,000 Ghana cedis. I already made a video on that. You can check it out on how to start a pig farm with just 1,000 Ghana cedis. I had 1,000 Ghana cedis on me. That was the beginning of 2020. Okay, so that was somewhere January 15. But I was wondering, what can 1,000 Ghana cedis do? But I was always thinking of big things, but I never knew 1,000 Ghana cedis was that much for me. Okay, so the money was with me for a number of weeks and a month. So I decided to deposit it in the bank and then think of what to do with it. So during the corona outbreak, we were forced as students to come back home. As a result of the safety measures and the protocols put in place, we had to come home. So I came and I said, no, I can't just be staying in the house for all this long. I don't know how long we are going to be called back to come to school, or how long we are going to stay home until authorities finally call us to come back. And I can't also be wasting my time. I'm a student, I'm not working. Why not start something small for myself? So at least I will be able to sustain myself until we are called back. That was how the whole idea of starting this pig came about. I therefore thought of taking this 1,000 Ghana cedis, going to a piggery distance away from me to make inquiries about how to raise these small pigs. And before then, I was already raising the local ones. Local pigs and then the exotic ones, there are differences between them. Local pigs are very easy to manage because they eat almost everything they find. But with these exotic ones, at times you think you have prepared the best, but they refuse to eat it. So I went there, and then I was taken through some 5-minute chat with the farm supervisor over there, and then I showed interest in starting this pig farm. So March 2020, I purchased my first batch of pigs. And then with time Ghana, you can think of what you can buy. Okay, it was small, and so I needed to buy the small pigs. I bought piglets. They were 6 months old. I bought 4 months. 4 months old. I bought them. 2 of the females and then a male. Okay, and then the females were sold to me at 300 cedis each, and the male was sold to me at 250. And then it totaled 850, leaving me with 150 Ghana cedis only. And then I had to take transport from where I bought them to my new location, and that also costed like 90 cedis, leaving me with 60. I used the 60 to buy antibiotics and then some medications I would definitely need on the farm from the information given to me. And I did. I took these pigs home and I began to raise them. Before then, as I was saying, we already had a local pigs we were rearing, so the structure was there, just that it wasn't as good as you see it today. I kept them there, raised them for 3 more months, and I decided to allow them cross. And then on crossing, I was lucky enough for me, each produced 8 piglets. 8 piglets. And then, as first time in everything, you encounter some challenges, and you learn from it. Okay, so as the pigs began to farrow, one was able to farrow successfully with all 8 piglets sound and heal. Okay, but the other one struggled, then ended up stepping on 2, killing them, leaving me with 6 and then 8, 14 piglets in all. But as time went by, I realized that the one that was able to farrow 8, the piglet had small body size, comparing that with the other one. So I realized that no, the fault was from the female. Okay, it was from the sow. So I had to sell it out during Christmas time, December. So after weaning the piglet, I make sure the sow was properly fed and then gained the weight I wanted. And in December, I sold it for 650 Ghana cedis. 650 Ghana cedis. That was in December. Okay. And then I kept on breeding the pigs. I kept on breeding them, and then the one that killed 2 of its piglets was allowed to stay, and then on its second farrow, it gave me 9 piglets again. Okay, so from the 9 piglets, I raised them and I started selling them. The first 6 I was selling the first 6 I was selling each at 550, 6 of them, but I sold 4. And then from the other mother that gave me 8, I sold 6 of its produce. Okay, so the money I raised helped me to put up a proper structure for the pigs, as you can see today. Because it's somewhere in a village, and then things are somehow low, and then I could get them for as low as I wanted it. So I was able to raise the structure in no time, because the expertise involved, I never paid for any expertise. I knew them through networking and then a relationship. It was done for me free, and I didn't pay anything for that. I only bought the materials and then they came to do them for me. Okay, So I kept on breeding my pigs. As time went by, I realized that no, I was struggling with the feed because these exotic ones are different from the local ones I know, which used to eat anything from the kitchen. But these ones, sometimes they refuse. No matter how nutritious you make it, they will still refuse to take it. Okay, so I was struggling with feed. So that was where I got a different idea, like to expand by starting small, then expand upon the idea. I knew where I was going. Okay. So what happened was I realized the community there were farmers there. And then there were rice farmers. After harvesting, they will carry their rice to a different community before they have them milled for them. And I realized, no, I can do this. If I should step in this and then begin to mill for them at somehow lower cost, I will stand a chance of being able to raise my pigs peacefully with ease. So I thought of the idea of getting a mini rice mill, as you see it here, a mini rice mill. So I went to a friend who was also into milling. He was a mechanic in milling machines, okay, an engineer for that matter. And then he suggested to me that this one is somehow low, so you can get it. And then from the estimations we made, I saw that I was short of. I was like 1,500 less than the actual cost of the machines and everything. Okay, so that was where I borrowed from friends to raise 1,500 Ghana cedis to top up what I already have, so that I could get this machine that will help me to feed my pigs successfully, peacefully, and then no need to struggle and then be carrying things. Okay, so I got the money and I went to my engineer. Then he also called where we had to buy the machine from, and then they told me we only have one left. They only have one left, but the engine was not around, so we have to wait for like a week, which they import them and then they give it to us. And we did. We waited patiently. We got the machine. The machine also arrived, and then the engineer didn't hesitate. He came there quickly and then he installed it for me. Before then, I was buying feed, a bag of it, like the rice bran, which I used to buy from other milling centers. I buy the bag at 40 Ghana cedis, which within a week, the pigs consume everything. Though they were not plenty, but they eat a lot. Within a week I have to give them like a bag. So 40 Ghana cedis we've gone in a week for the rice bran alone. But my feed, I don't only feed them with rice bran. I give them millet, and then I give them a corn as well. And sometimes I get it, like if they are small, I get them the soya bean, and then somehow like the wheat. But upon getting this machine, something big came up. Boom. I mean boom. I realized that the mill alone was a business on its own. So I started milling for the community, milling for them, milling for the people there. About 7 communities around me, they were all moving to my center to mill their rice. Can you imagine this? And then I was also milling to them at a fee of the 10% less than the actual price they had to pay, because I knew I would end up getting the feed for my pigs. So I was okay with it. The main motive was just to get feed for my pigs, but not to make profit. But I realized that I could make profit from it. So that was why I started this mill also as well, which has also served as a source of income again for me. The mill is running. I get my pigs. Now I barely spent 100 cedis on the pig farm in 3 months. I don't buy feed. I don't buy anything. The only thing I buy is vaccination and then I dewormer just to get them, then deworm them, which that's also cost. 50 cedis can get me everything like that. Okay. So that was the whole thing, from starting from the starting with 100 cedis, I was able to start a pig farm, and now have started with 3 and now have 27 in there. In a year, exactly a year, I have 27 in there. And then I have my mill machine, which I have discovered other opportunities in the milling sector as well. Okay, which very soon I think, if God being so good, I'll be able to exploit such an opportunity over there also. And I'm sure I will keep on seeing it. If I had waited to no, I had to wait and then raise somewhere like 20,000, 30,000 before I could start this piggery. I don't think I'll be moving like this. I'm still a student, not employed. But as I'm talking now, the pigs and then the mill alone are enough for me. They can take care of me, they can take care of my niece, and they can take care of my family as well. Okay, so there's nothing too small. The only thing is you have the good conscience, then the motive behind is very solid. You have the passion for what you're about to start it, and then you move. That's all. Get some small knowledge on it, move. Nothing can stop you. Okay, so with turning Ghana cedis, now I can see my pig farm alone is worth 20,000, and the mill alone, I've already made I've already reaped the investment I put in the mill, and now I'm reaping the benefits. For the mill, I've already gotten my money I put in back, now reaping benefits. So you can imagine, I have my mill, I have my piggery, and then the capital I started with, I've got my thing back. So what do I need to worry about again? So at times you will see the economy and then you all try to complain, but looking at it closely, the opportunities, we have it, but we don't know how to start it, or we are thinking too big. Sometimes we overthink things. Okay, we overthink. You want to get big, start big at once. It doesn't work that way. You have to learn along the way. Okay, considering my pigs like this, I started with 2 females and then a male, small size, and then as they were progressing, I was learning along. Because if they had been, I started with like 10 females, I wouldn't have noticed the small size of the other ones that were not giving me the correct body size I wanted in terms of commercialization. Okay, but if you start small, you pay attention to them and you learn from them, and then you begin to notice the techniques and the tricks involved. Okay, I realized that people had their pigs dying, but mine never died, because those who were having just dying, when you visit their farms, the place is very, very dirty, and I realized they were dying out of death. Okay, but mine is, I can't say it's just manageable. So I can clean it within 2 hours. I'm done cleaning it, washing everything, tidying up the place, no flies. I even go there like in the afternoon, so I go there just to visit there and then relax in the piggery. I don't go anywhere, just go and lie there, sleep, because the place is very nice, smelling very, very nice. Okay, no flies, nothing is there. But if I was just waiting for somewhere like 20 times to start, by now I would still be looking for such money, and I don't think I have any credential that will make people or somebody give me that amount as at now. But now I'm sure if I go to bank, they'll give it to me because they know what I have saved there with them. So do not underrate or underrate anything, any idea you have. Just think of how to start it, and start it no matter how small. You may not know, that might be your breakthrough.